I don't know if we're live. This might be the most awkward intro ever. It says we're not live yet. If we're live, will you let me know in the chat? Just thought I'd try. I'm live. I appreciate that. We're really... Wow, what a... Might select for AMC. Well, welcome. What's up, everybody? Now that I know I'm live, let's kick it off. Google Chrome, get your shit together. Google, YouTube. It'd be nice. Maybe for once you just got it together. Let's do this. Time to get second and third mortgage for GME. Hold on. Well, officially, we're 1 minute in, but 10 seconds into the actual stream. I've got people talking about GME and AMC already. Why? Is it coming? Dare I say it? The MOAS? Right, mother of all. Yeah, with 2 S's. Mother of all short squeezes. Have you seen it? Have you been on Reddit, the Twitter, the Facebooks, the chats? Maybe you've been chatting with me on Instagram. I need Google to green up like a boxwood hedge. I think we should enjoy Google as much as we can while it's down and get as much as we can. It's not financial advice. You guys do whatever you want. All right, so GME's got a green candle. Okay, cool. AMC, another green right into a zone. Is it time to short this thing or what? Oh, post it jumped, huh? After hours. So what's up? They bought the gold mining part of the gold mining company. The moon is too short, going straight to Mars. I mean, I'm not gonna make fun of you guys. I've definitely done my fair share of making fun of meme stocks. And if you're new to my channel, it's just not my bread and butter. I'll trade these, I'll be in them, but you'll never see me saying this is a movement because I know how things actually work and the mechanics behind things. So yeah, but if a bunch of people are going to pile into a ticker and drive that thing up, that's supply and demand. That's just how things work. Straight to the sun. Is this the real Don Fran? Let's talk about that for a second. Then we're going to get into the live stream. If you're new here, again, price action trader. I am the real Don Fran. In fact, that is my. I got an Xbox. Maybe it's my Microsoft name. It's my Xbox name. The real Don Fran. Haven't had to say that in a while, but there is a lot of spam accounts right now going on. So to be clear, I have a lot of... I do a couple hours a day just replying to direct messages because I like to keep it under 1,000. I am not looking to reach... I'm not trying to create that. I have enough people to message than to go out of my way and start messaging people. How's your crypto experience? If you guys would love to send me some Bitcoin, some crypto, some cash, I accept envelope in the mail. I can send you my Coinbase. I got a PayPal. I got Zelle. Zelle's like just bank to bank. There's not even any fees. If you're really wanting like a cool story about where the money went, I can tell you what I spent it on. But yeah, I'm not really giving out crypto, and neither are they, but I can tell you a cool story like they are. Even I saw one, it's not even a bot or there's multiple messages. First of all, I'm up to like 5 or 6 fake accounts on Instagram. The embarrassing part is they all have more followers than I do. You guys have the power to fix that. Please. All of these accounts do have me blocked, so I can't search them. I just get screenshots from everybody else. So please find them and report them. The only course I sell, I never even sell on here, is this. You go to the Teachable website. Can we do that? There we go. DonFranShow.teachable.com. That's the link down. Now, this right here is quite literally everything I will ever do. So there's the videos. Now I'm adding to this. Right now we got supply and demand, we got options, and yes, more to all of this is coming. Don't make me promise. Anyway, trading suite, the chat, the night live streams, the mentorship, it's quite literally everything. We do have futures and forex coming as well. Eventually I'm going to do a retail section where I go over just patterns and indicators, just so if people are going to play them, or at least they can at least determine if the person they're listening to is full of it or not. It's nothing I actually use or anything. I mean, I know they're fake followers. Mine are the real ones. If you guys could help me block those accounts, do not send them a dime. As much as I want to say, if you were dumb enough to fall for it, you deserve it, it would actually feel really bad. So please don't send anybody any money. The Don Afro Show has a nice ring to it. Yeah, one of them's Don Fro Show, and I've thought about it. All right. Guys, you have to remember, Ricky is still a multimillionaire. Yes, we cannot leave the stream without announcing that. When do we tell them the real squeeze happened years ago? Let's get some tickers, but since we start off with AMC and GME, let's go over Mullen. Let's just do let's kick it off a little bit differently. Now, usually, if you are new here, I usually know when I'm going live. YouTube's usually working. I go over, now follow me on this one, the dollar, the Russell, the Nasdaq, the S&P, and then I turn it over to you guys. So typically, if you see me right here on the Russell, you know what's next? The Nasdaq. Now I do it in the same order every time, so there's no need to ask or say, can you pull up the Qs? Pull up the Nasdaq. If you're trading the ETF, this is IWM, QQQ, SPY. The dollar I like to trade for some Forex plays, but today, let's kick it off. I think once you get verified, that would help out with it. I don't have enough followers to get verified. I'm actually what you call a peasant and worthless in the social media world. But once I get to 100,000, I've decided once I get that silver plate for hitting 100,000, I'm going to go live, open to close on the YouTube. And I do like calling it the YouTube. Once that happens, there would be no need for any Instagram messages because you'll just ask me on stream. All right, so GME. It's a pretty impressive run. What I don't want you guys, what I would recommend staying away from is this. Holy crap, what if it goes back up to here? You're already thinking, I can't miss this next run. What if it does? I'm going to miss out on 250%, $369 per share. A lot. You're going to find another peak. You're going to naturally just associate that's where it's going. And I can tell you, as much as people love to trade support and resistance. Those are obviously going to be some headwinds if we were to get that high. There will be sellers there. You probably got a lot of bag holders at every one of these peaks because they bought in the FOMO thinking if I could just get back to break even, I will sell. And they will be dumping their shares on the way up. Each one just gets substantially harder to get to. So if you are up, if you are trading this is a momentum ticker. They are spicy. They come with that extra volatility. Don't be afraid to lock in some profits. I usually mock the whole you don't go broke locking in profits, but that's because most people will lock in $3 and bag hold something down 3,000. You're like, oh, good. That's a good thing you locked in that $3 because you're still going broke. Yeah, trail this thing up, and the thing with trailing on a ticker like this is when it does turn around because it won't hang out at these prices. The potential for a gap down the next morning, it just gets significantly higher every green day it has. For instance, we got Powell talking tomorrow. Is this going to move with the markets or is it going to just keep rushing? So let's say it just runs bell to bell and you're just up. You're not GameStop 350 up, but you're up because it still went up a ridiculous amount today. I would consider locking in a chunk. That way if it gaps down the next day, it takes a lot more to actually put your position in the red. You're chipping away at some profits, but at least you got another day to manage it. Short at 150 is the play. Well, you're in my mentorship group, so we can talk about that when it hits there. But I will say I'll be eyeballing it. All right, now let's do AMC. Now, don't get offended if I just said I might short that, and you're in it because you think it's going to the moon. I've been doing this probably a little bit longer. And I don't say it to be cocky or mean, but maybe question, hey, why is this guy talking about shorting it as I'm going long? No, I don't work for them. What do you guys call it? A shill or something like that? Oh, you're just shilling this. Oh, is that for the oil companies? What do we shill if we're for an AMC or GME? Anyway, I've heard all the excuses. No, no one's paying me to talk bad about them. I have a directional, a money bias. I like to make money. I trade what makes sense. I don't know if I would short it right there, though. It kind of looked like a good short coming up into this zone right here. You know, looking at this. Like, cool, we got that, a lower high, and Powell talking tomorrow. Now, after hours, it's up. Now, after hours, extended hours, quite a few less people trading. It's a lot easier to convince 10 people the price should be something versus 10 million during market hours. But if that sticks, I would definitely, as we hit each one of these zones, bump that stop loss up and then just let it do its thing. If you're so confident this thing's going to planet Titan, right? That's Saturn's moon. That moon. The one that's a planet. The other moon that has oxygen on it that we could live on it, except for the rivers and the water and the rain and all that, is actually gasoline, so you probably wouldn't want to smoke. But let's say we're going to that moon. If you're so confident, why are you so afraid to put your stop loss in the green? Uranium potato? Alright, here's another awesome one. Mullen. I should have put this in the title. A lot of people are talking about this one. It's an EV, another EV company. Now, it's pumping. And if you have been riding it from 50 cents, first of all, congrats if you bought the bottom penny. I've seen a couple people, now these are not my streams, everyone else is like, oh, I've been in it since 50 cents, 55 cents. I'm like, it's pretty impressive because that's quite literally the bottom. Either A, you're psychic, B, maybe start playing the lottery. But nonetheless, the confusing part about this is if they don't know how grants work, is they're thinking fundamentals are actually going to line up with this company. They think they're going to get this $400 million grant from the government, but to actually, and they're hyping it up because of that, but to actually get that grant, you need to not need it in the first place. Like the government's, everyone's thinking, oh, if they get this, they're going to be able to allocate it this way, and they're going to be an amazing company. They're going to be able to make this thing work. The government says, oh, we're not going to give you the money until you already know it's going to work. We're not out here just YOLO and crap, especially not $450 million. Charlie is against Mullen. Says it's almost like Nikola. I'm kind of new into this. My buddy was trading this, so I looked into it for him. As far as that go, yeah, the CEO just sold. Well, the CEO sold a bunch of shares last week. It wouldn't surprise me if he sold some again today. You've been in Mullen since inception. What's your average cost? Whew. Well, anyway, this isn't FUD. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not uncertain, and there is no doubt in my mind. Everything I'm saying is fact. They're probably not going to get that $450 million grant from the government because you have to be able to say, we don't need it. It'd be cool if you gave it to us, but we don't need it. We're going to make it work without it. But everybody's pricing it like they're going to get that, and that's going to be this huge catalyst. And we're just probably one red day in the market away from wiping some of these people out. The CEO keeps dumping. Yeah, what was the date? The CEO, so the company doesn't even make any money, and the CEO's already selling shares. Guys, that's not a good look. If I was running a Ponzi scheme and some crap company, I would do the same thing. Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great. You want some? I got some shares. You want some shares? I'll sell you some shares. The bullish side is he only sold 2% of his shares last week, so that's good. Guess he's got 98% left. So I would be careful with this ticker. Right now, I would trade it like a momentum ticker. It's running into some sellers right here. If that thing broke 285, I would find the nearest nerd and say, take my shares. Here you go. Didn't have time to wrap it and put a bow, but they are yours at the bid. You got it. What company was that? Nikola? Fisker did the same thing. Yeah, Nikola 2.0. I thought so you said Trevor Milton is a new CEO. I was like, first of all, I don't think that's legal. I don't think he's allowed to be. But second of all, I would short this thing to the dirt. I don't actually care to short $3 tickers because it's gonna. My best case scenario, it goes to 0 and I make $3.35 a share. That's sweet. But if it was, if Trevor Milton was the CEO, that's exactly what I would do. The Mullen Grant nerds will become friends with the Workhorse crew on waiting for the UPS contract from 2 years ago. It's the same. It just sounds all too familiar. Hopefully I'm not just bashing on a lot of you guys' plays, especially if you're new here and you're just checking this out and you happen to be in something like this. I do have a track record of just being right. You just have to watch my videos. I hate sounding that. I'm not arrogant or cocky. I'm just very confident. And I would just be very careful. There's a time and place for tickers like these, and it's not, I'm going to die on this hill and whole account this thing. But, speaking of my track record, let's talk about it today. Let's get into this. Today, I decided to fight everything. You know, despite everything, let's jump on the tracks. I was playing what I call roulette. I saw a bunch of green candles and thought I was going to short. Now, I did swing short Amazon overnight, so this morning was not green. It was actually very red. It wasn't until after lunch that I finally went green, thanks to Tesla. Dan calling out the bottom after a 13% move. Man, what a dumb market. I'll put it that way. We'll get to that in here in a second. As far as the dollar goes, I was bullish. That did tag out my Forex play. I'm getting right back in after those red candles. So I'm actually going to short the British pound US dollar. Give me 1 second. Maybe, hang on. Why is it taking forever to load? I am, so I'm going to short the, what did pop up? Hang on. Alright, let's go over this. Yes, that did pop up. So I am going to short this. That is a bit of a knife catch. Hopefully we pull back and retest that zone. By that time, my stop will already be in the green. Powell is speaking tomorrow. If he were to send the dollar up, the market's down. That might actually break through that zone. Hopefully some sort of fake out scenario. But hopefully by that time, my stop will be in the green and my risk will be off the table. Where's our stop? It is going to be, I'll tell you right now. 1 second. I'm going to keep it tight, 30 pips away. It's already enough of a knife catch. Okay, so as far as the Russell goes, we're talking about this horizontal until not, and it's holding. Now, when things hit this zone, we're looking for sellers. The sellers did show up. We had a few right here, a few more at that type 2. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to this channel right here. Thought that was Don Front Trading. I don't know if that's going to show any. Give me 1 second. I'm always paranoid it's going to show, I don't know, weird stuff. Thought I had that here. There we go. Don Front Trading. Subscribe to that. Go to playlist. Watch how I trade stocks. You will understand 100% what I'm talking about when I say type 1, type 2, bright yellow box, completely how I trade. Anyway, they showed up at the type 1. The type 2, here they are. No follow through. We're holding. Starting to look a little bit bullish. So we'll see if Powell starts to drop things tomorrow or if we just get a mere pullback and we push it back up. We're kind of out of it. I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know. That's pennies right there. Hang on. No stop. High conviction. No, don't ever do that. Ron, we will go over Baba. Some of you guys have already said, is it bad that you're already short? So we haven't had a move up like this percent-wise since 2018. It's been a while, and I don't know if they're just trying to get the bulls excited to drop it on. Maybe that's just too tinfoil hat, or it might just be rallying. Maybe this is the bottom. Maybe they are just reallocating funds for the next quarter. You know, there's a lot of bullish excuses out there. You know, so we'll see. I tried fighting it. Obviously, that cost me a couple red trades. I will say I feel better going long now. At least going long here, I feel way better than going long here. That's kind of like a buy, close your eyes, and hope it pans out. Where at least some sellers have shown up. We know where they're at. There just was a lack of them. There are still more buyers. So we at least know where to put our stops. Approaching the zone from the bottom. Look for a lot of buyers. Oh, this one. I actually fought the Nasdaq a lot last week. And if you guys want to know, so I shared, you can see it right here with these wicks. But what I told the mentorship group was this wick right here. Now, this before this happened. I said, you know, we're watching this. Here's the parameters. We're long above this, short right here. Now, because we got this, you know, I tagged out, went short again. I was at a short bias just because of that. I'm thinking like, man, look at this push up we had. Yes, it's impressive. I think we pulled back at least to test that zone. Remained at a short bias. You know, went short again, but did tag out. Finally, just said whatever. I got to buy it. So that was this morning. Did buy it, and this was actually the start. So I did swing my Amazon put overnight. So that was red. I figured I'll at least hedge against that. So if I am wrong, we're good there. Was not enough to get me out of the green, get me out of the red with Amazon. So Tesla was the ultimate one that helped me out with that. See, definitely market don't make sense with the rally, with current world situation. But I guess play the flow / trend. Yeah, because that's all an excuse. There's a why. That's the narrative. It's fun to talk about. No, you want to be up on current things, but it's not actually the reason why. It just sounds cool when you're talking to all your friends. Right now, that is a weekly zone, so well, I guess let's see if we have any sellers. We're going to keep setting records. This is getting kind of crazy. I am not in the Nasdaq right now. I am in one. It's this one, and I am short. So quite literally, I did just get short right here, type 1. I'm going to grab one more contract, type 2. Now that is the futures contracts, so they are live right now. And what I'm hoping for is either A, we remove some risk. After this kind of rally, and we got Powell speaking, hoping there's going to be some kind of, hey, let's take some stuff off the table in case he does say something crazy. But that's when you'll see things sell off right before the Fed speak. And then you'll see them pump right back up. That's just they're taking trades off the table like, hey, let's hear this out, and then we'll make our decision. So that's why you get that first move, the move coming into that, and then there's the after. So I'm short right now, hoping to catch some of that. But once that stop hits, that's going to be it. Eddie is here, but he's in the Discord mentorship chat. So this rally's kind of crazy, especially because I fought this. I thought we're going to bounce, make a higher low, and then go. But the cool thing is we got above this. So anything before that still could be a lower high. You know, yeah, impressive rally. Green days happen in downtrends. But we got above, maybe you can call that our last high, maybe. You're real definite, like, hey, that was for sure our lower high. We got above that. So I guess the other way of at least showing off this could potentially be a bottom. We break this, or we get up here, pull back, make a higher low, then bounce and break it. That would have been more ideal, but it's not what we got. Man, I guess the question, can it just keep going? Is the question everyone wants to ask? It can. It's a little bit weird to see this kind of rally without a pullback. But a lot of what can cause this is everybody piling in short. Everybody piles in short and they're just waiting, and then it pops up even just a bit. Now all those shorts are covering. The people that bought the dip are now hanging out with everybody buying to cover their short position, pushes it even further, getting more people to stop out. Like even when I stop out, that's me buying my position back. I helped part of that rally. So you guys can thank me. It will keep going into May, all-time highs. So I've seen a lot of weird stuff in the market. That would be pretty impressive. That'd be something I haven't seen before. Which is just, not that I don't think they happen, but what if that did happen? Now, all you YOLOers are like, yeah, hope it does. It probably you're in bullish position, so you're hearing what you want. But what if you are short, and that's what happened, and you look back and you have the power of hindsight, you're going to hate yourself because you fought that trend the whole way up thinking there's got to be a pullback. You did just what I was going to do, just what I preached don't do, and you start jumping on the tracks, trying to jump in short because there was a bunch of green candles. Hey, this is performing really well. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to short that thing right now. In the end, it just doesn't make sense. It's a knife catch. That's why they call it that. But I need a pullback to actually get long positions. You're still short stuff? Man, a pullback would be nice. What is it going to take? I hope Powell comes out and says, hey, guys, we're increasing 20%. Not 0.25, not 0.5, 20.00. Actually, you want the 0.5? 20.50. We're going to rip this Band-Aid off right here, right now. And then we'll get our pullback. That or a nuke goes off. At this point, I'm not sure what's going to cause it. Yeah, this is where the diamond handlers will tell you they knew it all along. Or, no offense to me, Kevin, do you guys watch this video? Just emotional. You can really know someone's confidence when you see how they react. If the people are really excited right now, not to rain on anyone's parade, but were they really that surprised? I don't know. I caught that video and it was just, I almost felt bad. He's doing a whole lot of talking. He's got a bunch of sound effects now, and it's, man, this guy's gonna have a breakdown if he's not already doing it right now. All in on my paper account. What did Kevin say? It was a bunch of noises and trying to sound tough. But that's just not Kevin, you know? You can tell it's weird. I have a hedge in place so I can sleep at night. Looks like Kevin is losing his hair on the side. Who knows? As far as Tesla goes, we're already outside the expected move. This thing's rocking and rolling. It was these alerts right here that I said that ended up getting me to go long. Elon keeps talking about this master plan, and if he's going to make a like a holding company and hold like the boring company and all that inside Tesla, I don't own enough. And there's going to be a separate video coming out on my other channel because that's where I talk about investing. I have been buying Target and Google, but I'm going to buy a whole lot more Tesla, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So I do have a video coming out on that. Tesla did have a move. Yeah. And to the people in my mentorship chat talking about shorting Tesla, I'm glad you guys don't play follow the leader because I've short Tesla overnight. It's the one thing I have done 100% of the time. Short Tesla, swing it overnight, and lose money. I've short Tesla. I've made so much money shorting Tesla intraday. Quite literally, and this is not a joke, every time I've swung a short position overnight on Tesla, I lose. I don't know. And that makes me buy. It makes me want to tell you guys, hey, just be careful. Maybe let the red candle show up and then we just buy the dip. Those are my three favorites. Yeah, there's just looking at things. Bitcoin and Ethereum have held. Where is my Bitcoin? There it is. Now, if you guys know how I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum every week, but I also have a savings account. So I put money in Bitcoin, Ethereum, savings account just for this. The savings account is going in. Some of it went in today. The rest is going in probably tomorrow. So hoping we get some kind of pullback. But both of these are all getting bought up. And then I'm going to buy a bunch more Tesla. So you're saying always swing long when you want to short overnight. I'm saying if I want to short Tesla overnight, I'm just not going to be in it. At least you're consistent on Tesla puts. I am 100%. I didn't know how to tie. I was going to make a thumbnail about that, like how to be 100% consistent. And it was going to be to short Tesla overnight. Let's see. I did a short scalp on Tesla today when it came into that blue zone. Nice. Let's talk about BABA real quick, because a lot of people are talking about China companies. This is a very real play. So it did gap up, stayed in the zone. I decided to stay in. First I was recovery mode, and then I ultimately decided to just hang out inside here. So they're doing a buyback, but they upped it from 15 billion to 25 billion. Ultimately, if that breaks 118.45, I will be out of BABA. So I am in a very real short position. But learning lesson for everybody, that happens. Here's my stop. Had this happened intraday, I would have stopped out, would have taken the L, and that's it. We gapped clean into that zone. Would you buy Tesla or Bitcoin tomorrow if you had to choose? Bitcoin. Tesla's impressive, but stocks, I think, just need to pull back. I'd feel much better doing that. Plus, I decided I'm going to put a lot into Tesla so I can just sell contracts against it. My new goal, I want to sell 10 calls a week on Tesla. At that point, I can take that money, buy more Tesla shares, kind of have it feeding itself. So that is my... And I'm going to talk about that in my other video. I did buy an NDM. What'd that do today? Heyo. Needs to break up, though. I did buy more of this. Again, also in the investment account, so hopefully that does get bought out at $20, whatever the rumors are. Make it happen. I'll be all right with that. But that's not my trading account. That is a hold. As far as trading goes, here we are, coming into that zone. I would watch out for sellers here. Do we think Tesla, Bitcoin going to be the last ones to fall off a cliff, or we think the moon gang are back? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. And you guys can do whatever you want. I'm buying them. Neither of which are a trade. I'm going to own them. And if they do sell off, if they do fall off a cliff, when I buy them again with the same amount of money, I'll just get to buy more. You Kathy, bro? If stocks pull back tomorrow, so will Bitcoin. Hopefully. Like I just said, the more it pulls back, the more I get to buy with the same amount. Tesla's way overextended, along with most of the market. It doesn't have to, like you said, but this needs a pullback, re-entry for a long, around 905, 870. I'm glad you finished it up that way, because yeah, being overextended, oversold, those are traps a lot of people fall into, and that's what I wanted to hit on tonight. Is that's literally a trap that I just fell into. I've been doing this for so long. And you still fall into stupid traps like that. You just get eager, and then mistakes happen. But yeah, I would say things are a bit up there, especially on the let's go over the expected moves really quick. IWM well within its means. That one's actually been the crazy one. If you've actually watched that intraday move, like that's been the weird one. I think the whole market is turning everyone into investors nowadays. No, I think people are clueless. They just have no idea what they're doing. And their bad habits are having them lie to themselves and everyone else calling themselves investors. QQQ. Still, we got plenty of room on that. SPY. Still plenty of room. Tesla's the one that just ripped out right out. Yeah, Jay Powell is supposed to speak tomorrow. When does Powell talk? I'll pull it up right now. Hang on. This is an app too, by the way, guys. It's myfxbook.com. Oh, it's been a while since I've been on the website. But I do have the app. Everything's free. Where's the news section? Can we just go to news? Right here. Where's the calendar? There we go. Let's say it'll color code it. It'll even put the flag. As long as you know the flag and you got your colors. Now, if you're in the United States, this will match just like the street lights. There's green, yellow, and red. Thank you. Whatever that said. All right, so all this check mark, pretty easy to explain. It already happened. Here, hour 55. You know what's cool about that? It doesn't tell you Central, Eastern, Pacific. It says in an hour 55, you can be in Hong Kong, and you know in an hour 55 that news is dropping. That's how it should be. If you're ever in a stock market chat, that's how it is. Anyway, low, medium, red is high. If you're in Forex plays and you see high coming up, either remove your stops, I'll see you on the other side, or close your position. What we got? Fed Chair Powell speaking in 11 hours, 55 minutes. High. Brace yourselves. Only buy Tesla anyway, so it's okay. Let's see, anything else? We got new home sales. New home sales. So it looks like tomorrow we could see some movement. Looks like that's it. Anyway, download the app on your phone. This is very easy to read. Nice app. I like it. Nice. I'm a trader first, investor second. Shout out to everybody here. Can you give me a thumbs up? Can you subscribe to the other channel? While I have everybody here, I don't care about you. I am not messaging you on Instagram. I saw the course they're trying to sell on Instagram. It's either free Bitcoin or a $1,500 course. The Teachable website down below, that's it. That's this right here. $10.99, and that is quite literally everything I'll ever do. So I don't ever talk about this on here. I know I should. You can even do payments. There's no other option for $1,500. So don't start giving away free money. The name actually isn't spelled like mine. It's Don Fro Show. There's one with underscores. They all have more followers than me. So fortunately for you, you just got to pick the one with the least amount of followers. That's me. If I ever reach out to you on Instagram, it has nothing to do with business. Ever. What do you think of BBIG and their Tide spin-off date? Did they announce it yet, or did they just announce another hopeful update? BBIG has had announcements like this about 1 billion times over, and every time it looks like a pump and dump. One of these times it's going to stick, and when it does stick, BBIG will likely see a move up. Kind of looks like a little candy cane arching coming back down. Buyers losing momentum, or we're starting to gear up. If you're really worried about this, put your alert here at 330 and 280. When that alert goes off, it's headed that direction. What do I think about it? I haven't kept up with the app. I just see a lot of people talk about it. Here, I thought Don actually wanted to add me as a friend on Instagram. Wait, you can have friends on Instagram? I thought you just followed each other. I'll follow you guys. I suck at social media. To my knowledge, every time it's just been a rumor, so I don't know if there actually is a spin-off date. For every 10 shares of BBIG you have, you will get 1 share of Tide, Cryptide. So it's a spin-off. It's not a dividend. It's not a ticker change. It is an actual spin-off. You will have both. Short's got to cover that bill. So they're thinking, with that going on, shorts probably won't want to foot that tab, so they'll get out. They'll be the short squeeze. Tilray's moving after hours? Oh, man. Why? Have you guys ever heard of pot? What's going on with this one? What's your opinion on real estate? So I am a real estate agent. I do a lot with real estate, so I can only speak for my area. And right now, again, supply and demand. Most of you guys probably aren't on the level to time real estate. Real estate's actually very hard to time. There's sometimes it'll throw off, like things will. Right now, everything's appraising. There's no sales. There's no sales in the area. There's just no comps, and each one is like record setting for that neighborhood. So things just keep getting higher. And you'll get clues like, hey, that things aren't comping out anymore. Like, is something about our banks getting shy, you know? But then you'll think something, then it just continues. Right now, there's just zero sellers. No, there's probably not going to be a real estate crash, in my opinion. Uh, for us to see a real estate crash, everyone would finally have to say, F it. I'm going to sell my house and lock in these profits right now. And we would have to flood the market overnight. And it would take quite a record-setting, impressive amount of people to do that. There is nobody wanting to sell their house. So it's hard because when people do want to sell, they can't buy anything. It just kind of jams everything up. Interest rates are going up, and that's cool and all, but people are offering way over asking. We'll absorb that in no time. You probably won't even feel it. All I can say is if you are going to buy a house, this is just you guys as a family, make sure it's something you can afford. In case something like Dave Ramsey says, life happens, you want to be able to just weather that storm. I mean, why would you ever want to be in a position to have to sell a house during a crash? The housing market crashes for a couple of years and you have to sell probably one of your biggest investments. That's not going to be a good position. So just make sure you can afford it because your mortgage won't change. Your life will, but your mortgage won't. You think we'll never see a crash ever again? Too much demand now forever, more people. People seem desperate. That'd be pretty lofty to say we'll never see a crash ever again, but you're higher than Tilray if you think we're ever going to see a 2008 crash again. You probably know nothing about real estate. You know nothing about how it crashed last time, the laws that were put in place to make sure that could never happen again. So to all the millennials out there thinking, oh, I'm going to buy that dip, you just keep paying someone else's mortgage while you rent because it's just not going to happen. I'll rent you one of my houses. You can pay my mortgage while you wait. Oh, you want to buy the dip on real estate? Yeah, you and everyone else. Me too. I would love it. But since we're not in fantasy land, we got to stick to things like the stock market. To be honest, you can't time it. Yeah, real estate, you could probably get close, and even then, that's like, hey, 6 months to a year. We're not talking days or anything like that. It takes months for the things to move around. Real estate's a lot slower. I'm down. Stocks are easier. They are. Time and place for everything. But I do like to be careful when I'm talking about real estate on YouTube, because the last thing I would want is somebody to get a wild hair, go try to buy something, get hard money lending. He's only paying interest, and turns out he can't afford it because he has to sit on that house while the market does correct, and you can really screw yourself up with that one. Don is the master of buying dips. Even he's like, yeah, you can't time real estate. That is what I tell people every day when I have that argument in real life, like not on YouTube. I'm like, so just so you know, this is what I do all day, every day, real estate and stocks. When you say you can't time the market, I literally do it all the time. So those people are just kind of cracked out of their mind. And no, you're not going to time the real estate market. But don't you want to buy real estate in recessions? Serious question. Real estate will probably go up in a recession. It usually does because everybody floods into it. Got 100K and thinking Tesla or house. Feel like paying capital gains? Tesla then house? I would wait for the right deal. Like, we can look at a chart and see if that's a good deal. Houses, you got to wait for something to pop up, and you just don't know. That perfect house, your amazing deal, just might show up tomorrow. You never know. You might just sit and waste that 100K away sitting in cash, waiting. You invested in real estate? You invested in real estate? Yes. I'll be all about real estate down the road. I think everybody should be. I think you probably won't be able to afford it. If you guys want my actual opinion, I think real estate's turning into the subscription model. You will have companies like Redfin, Open Door. Everybody's going to buy up real estate. They can drive prices up however much they want. They can afford it. You eventually will not be able to afford the sales tax. And then they rent to everybody. Millennials already said there's like 80 or 90% of millennials said they're never going to own. They're only going to rent. Now, I love that because I love it when somebody else pays my mortgage. That sounds absolutely, just completely asinine to me. But if someone's going to do it, someone's got to rent these houses. Yeah, my long-term I guess future outlook. Real estate agents don't exist. It's going to be an app. And then everything will just be rented. Interest rates will drive housing market later in the year and the next year. That's laughable at this point. Interest rates? No, not really. We have so much demand. They could probably raise interest rates to 8% right now on a mortgage. And we would probably see a stall. Like the demand is ridiculous. Why did people ask these questions when Tesla just went up 250 in 6 days? It's going to turn into bidding wars. I don't know what real estate market you're in, but everything I'm in is a bidding war. For anybody hopeful that interest rates are going to just crash the real estate market, if you can afford it and you find the house you want to, I wouldn't wait. If you're trying to invest, it's hard to find deals. It's easy to rush into anything, but it's hard to find a real deal. So only certain sectors / companies go up during a recession, typically. I.e. interest rate increases, so banks go with profitable companies. Well, it's a much less of a gamble if they're already profitable. At least you know they don't have to get over that hurdle. But they might be profitable, and then they might start making less money. Then are they the same kind of profitable? You'll still need to do all the same research. It's just likely you'll see the profitable ones better spend that money than the ones just trying to be profitable in general. Things get harder to buy. Things get harder to do. Imagine Mullen trying to buy a car battery right now to put it in their vehicle. Now imagine Tesla. Now imagine we're in a recession. Which one do you think's got more pull? Please continue to share your knowledge about this. We're all really appreciating it. That's awesome. The whole time I'm alive, after I do these futures, it's either tickers or questions. It's the whole purpose of me going live. I appreciate you guys showing up. Just hit the subscribe button. Block all those the fake Instagram accounts. Did I miss your Tilray thoughts? Here it is. No, I don't know why it's pumping up like this. If you're looking for a why, I don't have it. I would assume a rumor or something just got released to see a pop like that. And this is what I do as far as if I were to have an edge in the stock market, it's characteristics of a ticker. Now, I trade Amazon and Tesla all day, every day. So I know their movements when things seem out of whack. And this is actually a great example because here's a normal green candle, a normal red candle. This is day in, day out. A little bit of red mixed with a little bit of green. It's easy for you to see because that is characteristically different. Okay? Most of you guys are probably going to look for the rumor and then think, oh, there it is. But that's what caused that pump up. If algos pump this, low volume, whatever it is, causes it to pump up, you're going to look for the rumor, then go back when it's already priced in. So I try to catch it before this happens. But looking at that, I would say that, and it's not because I'm a genius or anything, I would say a rumor or something just hit. I felt like I stole my house for what I paid for it in 2018. Oh, I bet. I still get blown away by my houses. Like, they just keep going up. I'm like, this is ridiculous. It almost gives me FOMO to sell everything. But I will never sell a single house. All right, I do have to get to my mentorship group. This is not a sales pitch from Instagram. This is the trading suite. Go to that. Scroll down. There you go. Payments. Buy it. Whatever. If you do, look in your email that it's going to be an invite to my chat. Where I go live every night. I'm going live with them right now. That is the only deal. Do not send me Bitcoin on Instagram or in the comments. I do not have WhatsApp. I don't care how your Bitcoin experience has been or crypto, whatever the Instagram messages say. I will care when you tell me you are down and you need help or you're up so much you just did something with that money. Then I care. Send me those messages. I will never care to actually receive some from you unless you're just feeling generous. So, I do have to get out of here. Hit the thumbs up, all the cool stuff the YouTubers say, and I will see you guys. You guys will actually see me Thursday. I'm going to start doing a futures recap for you guys on Thursday, because with the mentorship group, I only do questions a day. It's only strategy talk, questions to get everybody on board. Until everybody is. What? We've been talking on WhatsApp for a week now. I hope not. That's awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video.